Celebrity guest picker Kyle Schwarber, Indiana. What a year for Indiana. Still sitting atop the picks. And now, Tyler representing Dude Perfect. I think the entire group's going to be here to participate before it's all over in our Coors Light Saturday selections. And let's start in the Big 12. Now, a lot of convoluted answers, but Arizona State has a chance to get in the Big 12 championship game. A good one, but they've got to win. Do they beat Arizona?
Tough game for Arizona State on the road. But I like the wide receiver Jordan Tyson to have a big game. I'm going on Sun Devils.
I like Arizona State here, too. Sam Leavitt's been one of the best, freshmen in the country playing quarterback for Arizona State. I love Scatterboo, so I'm taking Arizona State.
Yeah, they both only gotten better as the season gone on as well. And what happened at the end of last week's game with Coach Dillingham, a lot to improve on. So I think they're not taking this week off. I think Arizona State continues their journey to the Big 12 championship.
I've got Arizona State as well. Their mascot's name is Sparky. We've got our own Sparky at Dude Perfect. Give me Arizona State.
Hey, great. Good. Arizona State was picked last in the Big 12.
Yeah, what a job.
And now Arizona State making it.
They got to get it done. But Kenny Dillingham's done an amazing job, as you just mentioned, along with Coach Prime in this conference. I think Arizona's going to be so focused on stopping Scatterboo. I think it's Sam Leavitt. I think his ability to throw the football give them balance. Sorry, guys, I couldn't save you.
Yeah.
Couldn't save the graphic. That's not usually when it's all one way. The other team wins.
Just in case, insurance.
Yeah,
the most likely Big 12 championship game, and it will be this if there's a four-way tie at the top, would be Arizona State and Iowa State. But to get in that tie, Iowa State has to beat K-State. What happens?
K-State can run the ball extremely well, especially with their quarterback, Avery Johnson. But I think Iowa State's defense is up for the challenge. They win a close one. I'm going Iowa State.
I like Iowa State, too, but the key to the game is Iowa State has not stopped teams running the ball very well. They're going to have to do that today against K-State.
Yeah, DJ Giddens, running back for K-State, is obviously a dog, but I, just like you two fine gentlemen, I'm going with Iowa State and Coach Campbell. I think he figures it out. Oh, no.
Yeah.
I think it's going to happen.
It is again.
I've got the Cyclones' first 10-win season in program history.
Yeah.
How about that?
They were great.
Hey, good. Yeah, yo-yo season for Iowa State, but they win by a field goal.
Well, Kansas State plays good defense, but I think they'll be challenged in a big way. This Iowa State team, Jaden Higgins, Jalen Noel, both these guys over 900 yards receiving. Too many weapons. I like the Clones.
Okay, so now BYU is also in this. They need some circumstances to get into the championship game. First thing they have to do is beat Houston at home.
Yeah, BYU fell off the map for a couple of weeks, lost a tough one against Arizona State last week. But I think the Cougars bounce back. I think they're going to beat Houston.
Yeah, I like the Cougars as well. I think Houston struggles offensively. I think BYU's improved on defense. I think that'll be the difference.
I like BYU as well because of how they performed second half against Arizona State last week. I think they're back.
We've been touring for 5 years now, and there is one show that is behind our Dallas show every single year, and it's not Houston. Salt Lake City fans are on another level. Give me BYU.
That's great.
Shout out to the Mormons.
BYU. I take that same reason. 2 touchdowns.
Houston fired their offensive coordinator mid-year. They don't have the offensive firepower to stay with BYU. I like the Cougs.
And you'll have to wait till the end of the night in all likelihood to know for sure who's in the Big 12 championship game. Now, SMU's in the ACC title game. They're a 2-touchdown favorite against Cal. I'm told that everybody across the board is going with the ponies on ESPN.
Closer than the experts. Closer than the experts. I think your Superdog's safe there. You'll get some more points, buddy. Don't worry. Don't fret.
Oh, now, see, you're trying to reverse psychology. Now, the question is who will SMU play in the ACC title game? If Miami wins, it's the Hurricanes. They beat Syracuse?
Yeah, I think that the Miami Hurricanes will beat Syracuse. I think they're locked in. I went to visit with them earlier this week, and I think they're focused.
I got to go with the Canes as well, but they need to get ahead 2 scores in this game because don't trust the defense, man. It's hard not to feel good when you're not 2 up.
Yeah, they've had that for 5-6 weeks or whatever, and Coach Corso would say get a 2-score lead and hold on. I think that's exactly what Miami's going to have to do, although Syracuse spins it often and regularly.
I've got Miami winning this one.
Miami wins it, but watch out for the Carrier Dome.
Yeah.
It's closer than the experts think.
Okay,
real close.
It is a hostile environment. Miami's quarterback Cam Ward has found a way to bring his team out. He's going to be tested today. Quarterback duel. McCord out duels.
Wow.
Cam Ward. Syracuse at home wins. which means Clemson, if that happens, would go to the ACC championship to play SMU.
Yeah, and Justin, I know everybody knows this, but it doesn't really matter what Clemson does against South Carolina. That's all about the Miami-Syracuse game. Rivalry game here. Dan Lanning has never beaten Washington. Everybody's saying it happens today that Oregon wins. They're an 18.5-point favorite. What about Notre Dame and SC?
I think defense travels. Notre Dame's defense is one of the tops in the country as far as scoring defense. Number 2, actually only allowing 11 points per contest. Close game, Fighting Irish will win.
Yeah, I like Notre Dame as well. I think Notre Dame is one of the teams that has improved gradually as the season's gone on after that tough loss versus Northern Illinois. I think they're playing as well as anybody in the country.
DC Golden, offensive coordinator, Denbrock, boys are buzzing. Riley Leonard is a buzzsaw. I am very worried about how these picks are going today, though. Mm-hmm. Feels like chaos is on the horizon. Yep. I have Notre Dame.
Yeah, Notre Dame took care of my Aggies' first game of the season. I think they take care of business tonight.
Never bet against the Catholic. Never bet against the Catholic. Notre Dame.
Jeremiah Love, I'll tell you what, he's becoming the bell cow in this offense to take some of the pressure off of Riley Leonard. I think that combination, Leonard in the play action, you're shaking your head no. You going SC? I'm going Notre Dame. You going SC?
Save us.
You picking them up straight up?
Straight up. Put that on a screen.
Straight up.
Impressive. That's impressive.
USC wins the game.
What do you think, lad?
Auburn and Alabama, this spread has come down to 10.5. Who wins the game?
Ooh-wee. I think that Alabama coming to this game psychologically messed up from what happened a week ago in Norman when they only scored 3 points. I think they're going to bounce back. They need their crowd behind them. I don't think they're going to cover, but I think Bama wins.
Do you need to ask?
No, I think I know the answer here. I need to know the answer.
Are you going to this? Are you going to make it?
I mean, I got no choice but Alabama.
They're playing the game on Saban Field, and I'm picking a team that calls it home. Give me Alabama to bounce back after a wake-up call last week.
I don't remember what a 4-loss Alabama team looks like. Give me Alabama.
Yeah. Auburn, closer to the experts think.
You know, I may still have a bad taste in my mouth from calling that Oklahoma-Alabama game last week. Auburn dominated the line of scrimmage last year in this game. Coach, I love you. I think War Eagle goes into Tuscaloosa and upsets Alabama.
You know, there have been Auburn's played at a high level. They've just made mistakes and lost games. A lot of their stats look good. Tennessee and Vandy.
Way too much firepower with Tennessee. I think Tennessee rolls Vandy today.
Well, I'm all for Tennessee. I think Tennessee's defense will stop Vandy's Diego Pavia. Yeah, okay.
All right. For that reason, and I know Morgan Wallen, University of Tennessee legend, has put up $500,000 for any fines for any Tennessee fans that take the uprights and drag them down Broadway over there in Vandy. With that being said, give me Vandy and Diego Pavia to beat Tennessee today.
I thought I was going to save us there. I've got Vandy as well, Pat. Yeah, I see a lot of myself in Diego. Short on size, full of passion, though. I think they get it done.
Can he kick?
Finally.
Give it to him.
Not so fast, my friend.
He loves it.
Finally, Tennessee.
You know, you like this roll up your sleeves kind of game? Tennessee can take advantage of Vandy playing so much cover two. Look for Dylan Sampson to be a big difference in this game. I like Tennessee.
Okay, that comes up at noon on ABC. Michigan and Ohio State.
In the words of the great Nick Saban, do you have to ask?
I'll put that down for Mason Blue. I will ask you.
My man.
I coach at Ohio State, so I'm picking Ohio State. I think they're one of the best teams in the country.
For me, 21-point favorites, okay, at home. You've lost to the other team 3 straight times. The other team's best player on defense not playing and on offense not playing. If Ryan Day doesn't win this by 5 scores today, the Ohio fans are going to go bananas. So with that being said, give me Ohio State and the Buckeyes getting a massive win over the Michigan Wolverines today.
Okay. Ohio State's a very good football team, no question about it. But if you go back 15 years to the very first Dude Perfect video, I'm wearing a Block M maize and blue hat. I've got family ties to Michigan. Earlier this week, we had the privilege of filming with the great Tom Brady, filmed a video at our office with him. Had a very good conversation. I asked him specifically about this game. I feel as good about this pick as I do any of them. Ohio State's going to win by a lot. It could get ugly.
Nice pick. The 21-point favorites. Thinks he's got to payback. All three.
That coach is gone.
I think if there's anything to pay attention to for Ohio State, it's their offensive line. Their offensive line has been reshuffled against Penn State. They answered the bell. Reshuffled last week against Indiana. Answered the bell. Big challenge against Mason Graham and Kenneth Grant. I think the game early will be competitive. I think Ohio State's just too much better as a team overall. Ohio State wins very, very convincingly.
Peter picks the Buckeyes as well.
And after 13 long years, tonight we will see a psychotic, emotional stew of arrogance and insolence, contempt and derision. And all I've got to say is, it's about freaking time.
Hey, all right.
Just hearing about this game all year, knowing that it's right here in front of us, I couldn't be more excited.
Kids like me have grown up dreaming about playing in this game. It decides who's the winner of Texas.
An in-state rivalry like no other. This is one of those rivalries where households are divided, the state's divided, and all the while with so much at stake.
It's for all the marbles and a place in Atlanta and a chance at the SEC championship.
Everything that you work for is right there for you to go get. Kick the door down, play hard football, go get it.
And here we go. Hook 'em or gig 'em.
Listen, we've been talking a lot about Marcel Reed and the Aggies offense, but I think this game's going to be one in the trenches. I love A&M's defensive front. I think they're going to put a lot of pressure on Quinn Ewers. I'm going gig 'em, howdy.
You know, of all the places in the SEC, this is the place that I respected most. I respected the tradition, the spirit, the passion. Coming to play here was the hardest place to play in the SEC, but I'm taking Texas. This is the place that I respected most. I respected the tradition, the spirit, the passion. Coming to play here was the hardest place to play in the SEC, but I'm taking Texas.
Put the move on him.
Speaking of Texas, Coach Sarkisian looked comfortable and confident. Quinn Ewers a little banged up, but if Arch Manning has to go into the field, he's going to slice and dice. Obviously, he's a Manning. Isaiah Bond is an absolute stud at wide receiver for Texas. Gunner, the tight end, so good. Almost too much for any team to be able to beat them, especially some farming school in College Station. You're talking about workhorses versus show horses. You're talking about blue collar versus everything handed to them. You're talking about starting from the bottom. You're talking about living at the top. You're talking about the underdog versus the expected. You're talking about Texas A&M beating Texas to get to the SEC championship. And their work boots have dirt on them. They ain't just show ponies walking around downtown Austin.
I like it, Pat. I like it. I think Coach Saban and the Longhorns are forgetting about one thing, because when you walk into Kyle Field, it is not 11 people that you're going against on the other side of the field, okay? Because we're talking about a fan base who holds a practice just to make sure they are unified and loud enough for the game when their team needs them, okay? We are talking about a fan base so loud that they can directly affect the outcome of the game.
Oh, yeah.
We're talking about the 12th man out here.
Yeah.
And not only are we going to saw varsity's horns off, but I'll tell you what else we're going to do to them. Pass it back, Eggs.
He's got the form there.
Beat the hell out of TU. Give me the Eggs. Yeah, thank you. I've been practicing that. I was nervous. I've never done that before.
Look at LC. LC, what do you got?
Who's your pick? I can see that. It's a great, great fans, greater. Here, this is for you.
Oh, you want me to hold this? You sure you don't want to hold this?
I'm going.
Oh, that's A&M. You're picking A&M.
Toss it that way.
Forget it. Give me Bebo.
Toss it to your left. Texas fight. We Corso picked Texas to win won the national championship, and he's hanging in there again. Man, it's awesome to have this rivalry back. What a crowd you guys were this morning. Great atmosphere. It will be that way tonight. Enjoy your day of college football.